Hi everybody, Laura here for Simon Says Stamp. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've got a holiday project to share with you, creating a fun background using the Holiday Messages Ornament stamp set. Now this stamp set is designed to create ornaments. I'm going to use it in kind of a non-traditional, out-of-the-box way. Okay, so I have a panel Nina Solar White cardstock. Putting it on the MISTI. I'm centering that large solid circle. Now whenever I have large solid images, you got to prep them. You got to clean them. I take the adhesive eraser, rub it down really good, then I clean it again, and that's kind of seasoning the stamp so you can get an even stamped impression when you go to stamp it. Okay, for the color, I have some of these gorgeous Pawsitively saturated inks by Simon Says Stamp. This first color is Sunbeam, which is the mid-tone in the yellow trio. Okay, so I'm going to clean off my stamp. I'm not going to move the stamp. I'm going to shift the panel. So I have my panel marked to 1 1/4 inch. So I slid it to the left 1 inch. So now it's at 2 1/4. And that's going to give it the slight little overlap. This time I'm inking it up with Lemonade, which is the lightest shade in the yellow trio. And I'm using my, it's called the Stampin' Bug, that little glider. It gives good even pressure. I don't press very hard, but I just kind of do a circular motion. And then I'm going to slide that panel back to the right 2 inches. So it will be at 1/4 of an inch. And so we'll get 3 across, and now this is the darkest of the yellow. And this color is called Citrine, very vibrant, dense yellow. Again, working the upper body, rotating it. Sometimes I get in the zone and I just keep rotating for about 50 rotations, and that's how you work your upper body. Don't listen to me. Okay, put the panel back to 1 1/4, reposition the solid circle, going on, I'm going to make a row below, and just a little bit of an overlap. And now we're going to do a row of greens. This first color is Limelicious, and it's the medium tone in the green family. I love how the new Pawsitively saturated inks come in trios. So like for a job like this, bada boom, bada bing. Okay, slide it to the left, and now here's a lighter green called Celery. Fun fact, my husband calls it Celery. And I don't know if that's a Canadian thing. He's born and raised in Calgary. And I'm like, is that how they say celery? They call it salary? You know what else? I say pasta, and he says pasta. I say tennis shoes, and he says runners. I say napkin, he says serviette. I say couch, he says Chesterfield. And I'm like, you know what? You got to pick your battles in this life. So we all just kind of chuckle at Dad. All little quirks you just grow to love. Okay, now we've got the green layer. We got one more layer to go. Only one more can fit in. And I'm going above, overlap just a smidge. This row is going to be like the pinky orange row. So this color is Blush, which is the mid-tone in that family. Okay, working my upper body, rotating it like nobody's biz. And then we're going to slide it. Every time I clean and slide. And this is where the MISTI comes in so handy. And if you notice the way I'm inking up my stamp, very percussive. I'm trying to get a real, inking up is very important. The way you ink up. You don't want to press too hard. You don't want to press uneven. You want to get an even ink job. That I just don't even know how to describe what I'm trying to do here. Okay, there's the last color, Pucker, and that brings the holiday right there. Okay, we're going to accessorize using the delicate leafy branch die. Gorgeous in vellum. Take it off camera, run it through the die cutting machine, and then if I ever have trouble getting my vellum out of the die, I slap it on my grid mat and it pops out. I'm going to trim my background panel just a smidge. I'm eyeballing it here, and I'm going to pop this up on a white card base. So I know this is probably kind of a non-traditional holiday look, but sometimes I just feel the citrusy holiday vibe coming on. Sometimes you just need a citrusy holiday color scheme. Now for the sentiment, I'm using the Large Joy word die with some matte gold and more vellum. And you know how normally when I have a word die, I stack it up. I'll go ahead and die cut 3 or 4 more out of white, stack them up. Today I'm not doing that. You know what? Sometimes you can do it and sometimes you don't have to do it. I like to show versatility, you know, and I always sing, dimension is life, but dimension doesn't have to run your life. You know what I mean? Okay. But I do, keeping with the dimension is life, I do put slivers of foam tape behind it. And this is what is holding on that delicate leafy branch. I didn't put any adhesive on that thing. My foam tape is solely holding it down, the word die. And it's enough. Popping it up on a white card base. And now I'm going to do, here's where you zhuzh it. Zhuzh your vellum leaves. Just give them a little air, little lift, you know. And now I'm going to add a coordinating sentiment strip. I'm using one of the, what are these called? Reverse Love, Peace, and Joy sentiment strips. And I use one of the sentiment label dies to cut it out. And this says, at Christmas and always. Just a little bit of foam tape in the middle and pop that right underneath the joy. And I'm going to finish this off with a couple of clear sequins, tucking them in when I can, staggering them with the 3 different sizes. And I mean, what do you think of this for a holiday? It's kind of non-traditional. It's kind of light and airy, citrusy, but I'm here for that. Are you here for it? I'm sending you joy at Christmas and always. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.